Let's have a look at how we navigate in Rhino. I have a file here with some text objects that will serve as my geometry. Before we go into navigation, I want to highly recommend that you get a 3-button mouse. It's simply a mouse that has a left button, a right button, and between those two buttons it has a scroll wheel. So let's start in the top view. In order to zoom in, I simply use my scroll wheel, and that also goes for the front view and the right view. To pan, I right-click and drag. The same for front view and the same for the right view. Perspective works a little bit different. I'm just going to open this window a little further. Now to zoom, I can also scroll in and out. In order to pan, I have to hold down my Shift key and my right mouse button. And we have an extra functionality in perspective where we can orbit. And for this, I'm just going to hold in my right button and move around. A few more handy things to know about zooming and navigation in Rhino. So we have these icons over here, and also this is where I want to show you, if you hover over any icon, there's a tooltip, and it will tell you what that tool does. And here you can see zoom dynamic, zoom by scale factor, zoom window, zoom target, zoom extents all viewports. Also note that the top option, so zoom extents, will be left click. If I want to zoom extents all viewports, I right click on that icon. So let's try this. So zoom extents is a particularly handy zoom option. Sometimes when you're modeling, you may find yourself in a position where you have zoomed in too far and you're not quite sure where you are anymore. Quick way around that is to click on the zoom extents. So I'm going to left click, and that's going to bring me back to seeing all my geometry in this window. A couple of other zoom options that are very handy. I can select something. Let's say I want to zoom in specifically on this S. I can go to zoom selected, and it will show me just the S. Let's maximize here again. There is also an icon for zoom dynamic. So let's just click here, and I am just going to hold down my left button and zoom in. But I think just using the middle scroll wheel is a little bit easier, and I activate that just by going in any of these windows. I can also zoom extents from the menu up here, so view, here you can see under view, zoom. Zoom extents will extend in the viewport that's active, but I'm just changing my zoom here. I can also say view, zoom, zoom extents all, and that will reset all my viewports to include the geometry in full view.